What's up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome to another Warframe video. So today is going to be basically a bit of a showcase video on what I've been using for prep and some of the speculation on weapons that I have for Melee 3.0, which is on the horizon for hopefully this week, next couple of days here. If it doesn't end up being this week, it will definitely be next week. Before the end of October is definitely the window for that update, guys. But before we go over that, I'd just like to clarify some stuff on the previous video. So I took down the first Nightwave loot overview video I put up, guys, which was made 2 minutes after the Nightwave dropped, and I didn't really even take time to think about what I was looking at and stuff. I just basically hit record and started talking about it with you guys. I uploaded that video, and I got a lot of dislikes on the video. I also got lots of people commenting, pointing out things that I had said that are just completely incorrect. The biggest point of that being that I said that the previous way to obtain the Eidolon Ephemera was to hit rank 30 in a season, and now it only required rank 15. That was completely incorrect information. The previous Nightwave intermission only had 15 ranks, so the top level was 15, and I had just the way I had remembered it, I thought max rank was always 30 every season. I did not realize it was only 15 ranked for the intermission. So and that was what I started off the video with, and a lot of my frustration in that video came from that specific point right there, guys. So that's why I ended up re-uploading a video, making a new one, and looking at it from the angle of, I'm getting 15 more ranks of loot here. It's not going to just stop right here like it did before at level 15. Now there's, I get this Exilus adapter I wouldn't get before. I don't really care about emissary creds, to be completely honest. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is virtually useless to a veteran player. And that point has not changed at all. This ship skin is literally nothing to me. It's literally nothing. I think you can sell it for 5,000 credits. That's what it is to me. This is 5,000 credits right here for me grinding out all these annoying challenges. These things up here, guys, these would not be here for a normal intermission season. So I'm happy about that. There was not an Umbra Forma in the previous intermission. So I'm looking at it from that light. I definitely wish the Umbra Forma and the Eidolon Ephemera switched spots. So if the Umbra Forma was level 15, I didn't have to grind my butt off, because I don't care about Energize that much. I don't care about an Aura Forma basically at all. I'd like it to be at level 15, so because literally I just want the Umbra Forma, guys. So that's the angle I was coming from. I know that the video quality on the channel is not super professional, but even I have standards, guys. And if I'm starting off a video with me saying a completely wrong thing that can cause outrage, because if it was like that, that would definitely be messed up. But I don't want to just be spreading bad information. I try to make sure that we prevent bad information being spread as much as possible on this channel. So that's the reason the video has changed. I have not been contacted by DE. I've only talked to someone at DE once ever, and that was them telling me that I could not be a Warframe partner. So that's the only time I've ever talked to them, guys. They did not pressure me to change that video. That was all on me. I had a long download that I was doing, and during that time I was reading the comments people were putting up, and a lot of people were definitely very right in saying that a lot of the stuff on there is definitely meant for new players, and I looked at it from that angle, and I could definitely see the logic in that. It's not for everybody. I definitely do wish there was new stuff on there, but it's just not how it is. But I will definitely be looking at that next season with a freaking microscope, guys. If that next season does not have awesome loot, and awesome non-cosmetic loot as well, then that's a big problem. I'm willing to give them a pass. This is basically a big pause button on everyone playing the game, so people can catch up if they want to, and DE can work on Railjack. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, I'm not a sellout at all. Let's go on to this stuff, guys. So I'm going to show you some of the ribbons I've been grabbing. I'm actually trying to find a Fang ribbon right now, because I think the Fang Prime, it's been so terrible for so long that there's got to be a buff coming to it. So I'm actually looking at trade chat right now trying to find a Fang ribbon. Not for too much, probably 50 or under. So here are all of my melee ribbons I have in the game. So all stuff over here is old stuff. This Atarax ribbon is one of the first ribbons I got. I'm not expecting most of these to get used after the update. So some of the new stuff I've been getting, guys, speculation purposes, I've got Sylvan Aegis ribbon right here. Nothing too amazing. Critical chance, finisher damage, range, and minus infested. I definitely wish that finisher damage was critical damage or overall damage or attack speed, something that's not finisher damage, but we'll see. We could probably just roll it twice right now, right? See if we get anything better. That's worse. I think it looks pretty bad. Minus attack speed's unkeepable. But yeah, guys, I think Sylvan Aegis might be really strong after the update. Minus damage to Grineer. I'm gonna stick with this one. I do like Toxin a lot more, but, you know. I'll probably keep rolling that one, actually. So we got Sylvan Aegis, Prova. So this is specifically for the Prova Vandal. Guys, dude, I was actually, like, rereading what Cyclone Kraken does. Cyclone Kraken is a monster of a stance. It's got, like, 3x and 4x multipliers, like, all over the place in the combos. And it also makes the weapon just do increased damage. So, yeah, Cyclone Kraken might be, like, legit. So I definitely made sure to get a Prova Riven, because I do like the Prova Vandal already. And if they just increase the base damage, it's going to be really nasty. Like, we're talking, like, 1,000 plus damage per hit if they buff the damage the way they're supposed to. So I have really high hopes for that one. Moving on to Streza. This is for the Destreza Prime. I've been trying to get a Riven for this thing for a really long time, so finally just bought one yesterday. Actually, no, I traded a Plague Crit Path Riven for this. Because I'm not going to be using the Plague Crit Path as much, most likely, after they nerf it, because it's probably going to get nerfed specifically. So, yep, that's these three are the ones that I specifically got in the last couple days. And now I'm going to show you guys some of the older stuff that I've been getting, like, from, like, last summer, from when we first had Melee 3.0 announced. So, let's just go over all these Melee Rivens, because we'll see, like, what they get nerfed to anyway. So I have a Slide Crit Cronin Riven, this is, like, a way you might still be able to get red crits. We'll see what happens to Maiming Strike. But this would allow you to get red crits, most likely, without Blood Rush. But that's because it's got so much slide crit on there. 152 on slide. We got the Plague Giwar, so this is more slide crit and melee. The Atarax, I wonder if the Dispo will actually go lower on this. Probably not. Zundarstar Riven, those are really low Dispo as well. This Stepfon is probably one of my best melee Rivens. It's unrolled. It's got melee damage, critical damage, Toxin, and minus infested. Basically as good as it gets, and it's unrolled. So that was pretty awesome when I got this. This is good for the Staff and the Nikana. So I'm expecting both of those to be decent after the update. So this will be very powerful. Moving on, we got the Dakram. So this is not a great Riven, but it's still usable. So this is for, I believe Dakram does staves and heavy blades. Most people do the heavy blades. So this is decent. And that plus impact, not really what we're looking to get here, but the finisher damage negative is great. So, moving on, this is one of the speculation ribbons, guys. This is from a while ago. This is the Cost Assist. So if you don't know what the Cost Assist is, it is this, like, infested scythe, which does innate corrosive damage. So, it's also got good stash chance and terrible crit. So if they are going to end up turning these into heavy blades, like they said, like, last year or whatever, this thing might get really powerful, and it's got innate corrosive, so I mean, that's just lots of room to fit stuff on your build. Not to mention this thing shoots out a trail of corrosive sludge when you do a charge attack. I don't know if charge attacks are still going to be a thing, but maybe you got heavy attacks, we'll do that in the future. Definitely had an eye on this thing for a while, and I'm hoping it becomes good. Okay, we got the Dual Karis Visitor, which is a very powerful Riven for the Dual Karis. Dual Karis has 5 Dispo. Don't know if that's going to get changed or not. Like I said, they're supposed to be nerfing Rivens if they stick to their word, but it also is a very good point that it would be really dumb to nerf Rivens on the same day. It would be like a really, really big, like, it'd be like dropping an atomic bomb on the meta if they nerf Rivens and did all this melee stuff on the same day, so, I mean, whatever happens, happens, I guess. We got Gran Craniata, 75 attack speed, 211 melee damage. If those get nerfed, that is definitely getting hit real hard, so keep an eye on those. I've been seeing lots of people selling Gram Rivens lately, guys. Like, so many messages in trade chat. We want to sell Gram Riven, 1,000 plat plus. Jawsword Igniata. So this is for the Gara build for the stat stick. So we got a elemental, a melee damage overall, and then a negative that doesn't really matter too much for us. So really good there. We'll see if stat sticks are sticking around. I think they will. On the topic of stat sticks, another Jawsword Riven right here, guys. This is the one I used for Korra. Got critical chance, Toxin, critical damage, minus 137% range. Funny enough, the 137 minus range, you could still hit enemies with this thing. We get to basically be inside of them. This is almost ideal for Korra. So this lets us get really consistent yellow crits with our Whip Claw, also do lots of damage. So it's really, really nice. And I hope this doesn't get nerfed because I love this thing. Redeemer Acrodex. This is basically for a... This is for a condition overload. Blood Rush hybrid build, and this is not going to be a thing anymore most likely, so I'm mega sad to even look at this right now. We've got status chance, critical damage, minus damage to infested. The status chance is not high enough to get us, like, so we can drop one of the mods that I wanted to drop, but still, like, the build works really, really well, and I'm sad to see this go, so. Rest in peace, Redeemer. I really hope it's doable still, because seeing red crits with the Redeemer is hilarious, guys. I definitely recommend trying that out. Paracesis Cycron, slash critical chance, nothing too amazing, but this thing is very fun, and I hope it's still one of the top weapons in the game after the update, honestly. Tatsu Sayata, melee damage, slash damage, really not a great Riven, but it's a really nice looking weapon with a fun stance, and I'm expecting this thing to be pretty good after the update, so keep an eye out for those. Those Rivens are very expensive normally though, so it might be pretty hard to obtain them. Moving on, this is where we start to get like stuff that's pretty recent. It has been in some videos. We get Ninkandi, Hexa, Critatis, critical chance, critical damage, status chance. Really good for the Ninkandi Prime, and I'm expecting it to still be decent after the Riven changes that may go through. Just all around good. Wish I had a negative, obviously, but that's just how it goes. Oma, Oma Lochte, Ignant. Yeah, I don't expect this to be even anywhere near usable after the update. This is very good right now. Even with the minus damage to Grenier, we one-shot level 165s like they're nothing. And yeah, definitely going to miss this thing if maiming is just complete garbage after the update. Heat, slide crit, range, minus Grenier. Last couple, guys, before we end the video. We're actually going to go quickly over some other weapons before I end this, actually. Not Riven-based. Orvius, this is for a bug thing I was doing before, but I decided not to put this in the video because it's way too buggy, and it makes... I honestly feel like I could get banned if I put that in the video. So, I'll definitely make sure I record this stuff before this gets nerfed, but the video might not end up coming out anytime soon. Okay, so we got 2 Orvius Rivens here, and that's just for some bug abuse stuff. Okay, moving on, we got the Jack Attack Acri Critadra. I already said this in the previous video. I think this will be pretty good after the update, just because it's got good base damage, it's got good crit, good, decent status, like, just a powerful weapon, and, oh, decent crit, good status. How do we switch those around? And then if they get a range increase, sounds pretty good to me, so I'm looking forward to that one. Also got the Exploding Augment, and then we got these Techo Rivens right here. I'm expecting Techo to be much better after the update, but it's honestly anyone's guess. Now that we've gone over those Rivens I have, and just, like, what they're looking like, and maybe how some of them will be useless, let's go over the melee weapons in general, and some ones I think you should be on the lookout for, guys. So, here's all the melee weapons in the game. I'm expecting, like, most prime melee weapons to get, like, huge buffs. So, for example, I'm expecting the Ankyros Prime to get a pretty substantial buff because it's unusable pretty much right now. So, yeah, that one, definitely, I'm thinking that will be good. Argatitron is already decent, but this is one of the best hammers besides the speed, so maybe keep an eye out for this one too, guys. This has a fun mechanic where the slime attack, like, blasts enemies with electricity. Really fun. Let's see, what else we got here? Broken War. It's kind of up in the air if this one will be good or not. It's pretty decent right now, and a base damage increase on this thing would definitely be really appreciated. So that does come from the story, so it's kind of hard to get after you get rid of it from the story, so be careful on that one. Cost assist, already went over that. I don't think the Cobra and Cane is going to be very good. It's a like almost completely impact-based weapon, and even though it's a sword and shield, which I think will be a good weapon type after the update, yeah, it's 90 impact, 10 puncture. I don't think that's good enough. This is what I'm actually looking at specifically, guys. So this is the Dakra Prime. This is like a really cool-looking sword that's useless, and it got Prime in its name, and like literally, it's called the Dakra Prime. There's no normal Dakra that you could like take this from. So I think this thing might get a huge buff. It's got like nothing stats right now, pretty much. So I'm gonna be trying to get a Riven for this tonight, and it seems like they're pretty rare Rivens because I cannot find one currently. So yeah, keep an eye out for this one, in my opinion. It might become the best sword. These are all guesses, of course, so take that for what it will. Dark Split Sword is already good. Maybe it'll be better. It's a very unique weapon, so it's also got base radiation, which is really nice. So definitely has high potential. Destreza Prime is already discussed. Dual Ichor. These actually might be really nice. A base damage increase on this. They have base Toxin, guys, so you can make corrosive builds like nothing on here. Same with every other Toxin combination. So yeah, base damage increase and a base range increase on these sounds really good, and might want to try these. Might want to get these ready to go because they might become really powerful. Beyond that, we have the Endura is another rapier which is really powerful. I actually have always liked this thing. It's like one of my anti-Grenier weapons because it's got good puncture, really good status, terrible crit, but it's a really good status weapon. Definitely worth trying out and keeping, in my opinion. Fragor Prime. I mean, how much damage does this thing do? Does a lot of damage. Increasing the base damage on that thing with a 35% crit is going to be disgusting. So, yeah, definitely would say if you don't have this thing, you might want to get that built. I'm actually probably going to build this after the stream. Definitely going to be powerful with a base damage increase. The range, of course, is a big factor here, guys. So, we're going to have to still see what they do to range. Galatine Prime is basically going to probably be the same as afterwards. I mean, it does a lot of damage at base. So if you were to multiply that by 3.5, that's like, oh my god, it's like 500 plus slash damage per hit without critting. So that could be potentially even more stupid. Let's see, Gazelle Machete. I had some ideas about that one, but I'm thinking it's just not going to be a thing. Maybe. Gunson was already discussed in a previous video. Perudo, doesn't this do base viral? It does not. It does puncture slash impact. This thing has innate lifesteal when it crits, so this could be pretty nice too, but then again, this is one of those really minimum range weapons that could potentially just be useless. Kogake Prime, I mean, like I said, basically every Forgotten Prime weapon is probably going to get a buff in some way, and maybe this would be really good. I think the Tekko Prime is probably better than these, though, because these are impact-based. Tekko Prime is slash-based. Moving on, we got the Krushka. I think this might actually be like a sleeper item people forgot about that could be pretty good. It's got IPS and heat. Don't forget, heat is getting changed to melt off armor. But besides that, I mean, this thing's nothing too special. The only reason I thought it could be potentially good is because of the base heat it's got on here, guys. So, almost at the bottom of the list here. We're at about the halfway point. Another good single sword, the Croaker. Very low attack speed. But look at that slash, guys. 50 slash, and the other ones are really low comparatively, and 29% crit chance. Maybe it'll be really good. If they're going to make single swords extremely powerful, you will definitely be looking at this one on the Dr. Prime, in addition to a couple others. Alright, and apparently on the dev stream, well, the dev stream announcement, there was some message that was posted that the sword or the whip and blade weapons are going to get specifically buffed pretty hard. I think they said Lacera, so keep an eye out for those ones. They have a really good stance that innately creates slash procs, and yeah, I actually grabbed the blueprint for the Mios just to make sure, in case it becomes really powerful. I want to make sure I have that blueprint. And then moving on, guys. All this stuff, basically, not really thinking it's going to be too great after the update. Maybe Nikandi Prime and Nikanda Prime still good. And like I said, Oma's probably not going to even exist anymore. Let's see what we got here. Prova Vandal. I definitely recommend trying to get a Prova Vandal. It's got like an innate electric. Terrible crit, but I honestly I have a hunch this thing will be good, guys. It's been such a joke for so long. It might be time for the Prova Vandal's revenge, okay? Path Assist, I mean, this is the thing that just came out, and like it's really slow, and I think the really slow part of it is what ruins it for most people. So I don't even think this will be changed really unless it changes speed, which is probably not happening. Reaper Prime, so this is probably going to be the best scythe if they change scythes into, or maybe not best heavy blade, but if they change scythes into heavy blades, which I hope they do, this thing might be really good. It's got really high slash, good crit, decent status, and it's got good attack speed, so a range and damage increase would make this thing deadly, and I really hope it's a thing because it looks really cool. And most people forgot this even exists. Okay, moving on, we have the Redeemer Prime. Redeemer Prime is definitely a question mark, guys. We don't know what's going to happen to those shots, and it's honestly anyone's game at this point. I think the Ripkas might become a lot better, because these actually have really good damage and stats, like, all around, besides attack speed, really. But like, giving these a range and damage increase is going to be really, really nice for sure. And that the stances for claws aren't terrible either. So definitely keep an eye out for these. They might get a disposition or a mastery increase. Sindo Prime. Apparently people use this still. I have not used this thing for such a long time. But yeah, giving this thing times 3.5 damage or 3.4 damage and a range increase sounds extremely powerful. Yeah, definitely keep an eye out for this one, guys, because this might become extremely deadly. It looks really cool, too, so I hope it becomes powerful. And then moving on, Whip's probably not going to be a thing anymore, really. Sigma Octantis has already been discussed in previous videos. I think this might become one of the top tier weapons in the game, but we will definitely see later this week or next week. Sylvan Aegis Prime already been discussed in this video specifically. Skajati, it might become better. It definitely is like pretty decent right now, but you give that thing 3.5 times damage, then we're talking. Then we're getting lots of slash procs, one shot and everything. I don't really use the finishers part of that very often. Tekko Prime has been discussed. Tatsu Prime has been discussed. Thibodeau Prime is discussed briefly in a previous video, but it has good stats, and it definitely could use a range increase, so I'd like to see that for sure. As we get to the end of the list here, guys, we have the Twin Croak here as discussed, and I actually forgot about the Twin Basalt. These might be really powerful with the heat proc changes, or they might just stay exactly the same they are. But yeah, these seem like they could potentially be good with the pure heat that they have built into them. Or nice for a gas build. And giving this thing a 3.5 times damage increase with that 40% status sounds disgusting, so keep an eye out for those. And then the final couple weapons here, guys, Venka Prime, potentially could be good. I think they're, well, here's the thing, though. They have that innate combo increasing thing that's built into them. If the combo is not extremely useful for non-heavy attacks in the future, maybe that will not be valued as highly as it currently is. And then the last couple, we got the War. I don't think the War has become better, guys, because it's almost a purely impact weapon, and they're not changing how impact damage works in this update, maybe in the future. And the War is just kind of like, it's just a yikes, because it's impact damage, like we discussed earlier with some other impact weapons like the Cobra and Cane. And then we got the Zenistar and the Wolf Sledge. Zenistar, not sure really. If charge attacks are still a thing, we'll be able to throw out the disc, no problem. And giving this a damage increase sounds good. Yeah, I'm down for a 3.5 times damage increase in the Zenistar. Good idea. I like that idea a lot. Let's keep that up. And then Wolf Sledge. I think Jack Attack might just be better. This thing is pretty decent stats, though, so keep those all in mind, guys. I'd say that it's just going to be, like, fun. Like, we're just going to test some stuff out the first couple days, have some fun. We'll find the meta a couple days afterwards, and, yeah, you know, we'll see how it ends up playing out. I'm not going to complain until I got it in my hands, and I hope that we all can have some fun with it, so I will talk to you guys next time. Please like, share, subscribe. There should be another video tomorrow. And honestly, I'm expecting the update to come out on Friday. I know that Megan said on the Xbox stream, I was actually watching a little bit of it, and she's like, okay, well, Friday, Bats Ephemera, Halloween event. I'm like, all right, nice. I like Bats Ephemera. So it's probably going to be on Friday, guys, is my guess. If it's not on Friday, that's too bad, because like, it's coming out next week, and then that's more waiting. So I will see you guys next time. Please like, share, subscribe, and take it easy. Peace.